everyone, welcome or welcome back if you've seen any of my videos before. My name is Melissa. My channel here is Melissa_Dunn6. You can also find me on TikTok and Instagram by that same name. I like to talk about makeup and play with makeup, so if you're also into that, feel free to subscribe, like, share, leave me some comments. I'd love to interact with you a bit more. So I'm not gonna lie, there are a lot of new releases now for like holiday, fall time, winter time, that are catching my interest, but I have promised myself to be more financially responsible. I am holding myself accountable. I do have a bad habit of not managing money very well and spending a lot of it on makeup. So in an effort to do better, I'm actually not going to be purchasing any new makeup, knock on wood, for the remainder of the year. Unless I run out of something, but I have like backups of so many things. I don't see that happening. But yeah, so what I wanted to do today in saying that is I'm actually going to revisit a bunch of cult classic makeup. And what I mean by cult classic makeup is makeup that's been around for at least 5+ years at this point, that really shook up the makeup community when they were released, really got people excited for makeup. People really vouch for these products. So I'm going to be doing a full face of what I have in my collection that I would consider cult classics. And I'm going to let you know if they're just as good as they were when they first released. Because now we've got so many new brands, so much new technology in makeup. Do these products still stand a chance? So let's go ahead and get into it. Before I begin, I'm just going to clip up this hair. I got my hair cut, and I have to say, like, curly hair is a lot. You would think it wouldn't be as much work, but I feel like it's more work because when you don't take the time to, like, dry it and style it, it just looks crazy. When I had long hair, I would just go out with wet hair and it's fine. But with curly hair, I cannot do that, especially at this length. So, I don't know. I don't know why I chopped off my hair, but here we are. Alright, so I already did moisturize. So I'm first gonna do my brows because that's what I always do. Going in with a brand new Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade medium brown. I think if you like brow pencils, you will like this product. It's a solid product. I will say though, since it's been released, so many years have passed, there are amazing replacements, amazing dupes, I guess you could call it, at the drugstore. So if you were interested in purchasing this, the benefits, I'd say, they do come in a lot more colors than the ones offered at the drugstore. And if you can find it on sale, so a lot of times Ulta will do like the 21 Days of Beauty, and this is always included in that sale. You can get them for like $11, which is probably around the same price as a Maybelline or L'Oreal brow pencil. So I would just, like, if you're really into these, just stock up on a few. But it's a solid pencil. You've got, it's not like the skinniest of pencils, but it's thin enough where you can still do hair-like strokes, and it comes with a spoolie. Just gonna brush up my brows and start on the bottom, filling them in. And I really do like this color, so that's, like I said, they have a lot more color options when it comes to brow pencils that other brands do not have. Like, this brown has a very neutral undertone, so it just looks better with my skin tone and hair color. A lot of times the drugstore ones can pull a little orangey. Like I said, if you can find it on sale, I think it's still worth it. Next, I'm going to set my brows with the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. is this a good brow gel? If you like a stronger hold brow gel, yes. However, I think it's a little expensive for what it is. And I think you can find cheaper comparable products. So this, once it runs out, I probably will not repurchase. It is not my favorite eyebrow gel anymore, but it gets the job done. So I can't say it's a bad product. It's just too expensive for what it is. For eyeshadow, I'm going to go in with my very old Modern Renaissance. I remember when this was released, this palette like really put ABH like on the map. And this isn't like a video dedicated to Anastasia Beverly Hills. It just so happens a lot of the products I have that I can think of are cult classics do come from this brand. Initially I was not attracted to this palette, I'll be quite honest with you. It's very warm, very pink. Took me a very long time to get into warm eyeshadows. Now I can appreciate them a bit more, but I still barely have reached for this palette. And I did see that they're releasing like a mini version of it. It looks like it's mostly mattes. So that made me just want to pull it out and play with it in this video. I'm gonna first go in with the shade Real Gar. I think that's how that's pronounced. This like burnt orange sort of color, and place that primarily in my crease. And I want it pretty saturated in the crease, so I'm not going to blend it too much. And I never know what to do when I'm applying eyeshadow. Like, let me know what you prefer. Normally, I'll start with like one eye, cut it, and finish the other one off camera, because it's a lot of just awkward silence and me blending. If you want to see the blending, I can leave it in for you and just like mute out those sections and speed through it. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you prefer. If you want to see me blend it, I'll blend it. If you prefer just to see like a quick second of what I'm doing and then show you the next step, I can do that as well. So next I'm going to go in with the shade Raw Sienna and use that along the edges of that first color and just really blow it out. So far, they're still performing how I remember them to. Very pigmented. There's a fallout, but that doesn't bother me too much. But if that bothers you, just be mindful of that. They're blending out really nice. Not patchy at all. I'm going to go back in with the original brush that I applied Real Gar and just blend between the two. Raw Sienna was a little bit deeper than I wanted. That's okay. So just blend them so it just looks seamless. I'm going to take a bit of tempera and blend that like on the brow bone because it did get a little too dark. So just to bring it down a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit of Cypress Umber, which is the dark brown shade, in the very crease because I just want to deepen that up a little bit, and the outer corner. So I'm putting it in the crease, but only bringing it about halfway. I'm now just going to cut my crease with a random concealer I have. So the way I do this is I'll draw just like a line down the center, and then starting at the inner corner, do like an arch here. And I do it a little bit above my natural crease since I have hooded lids. That way you'll actually see something when I open my eyes. So since fall tends to be like the season of matte makeup, I think I wanted to go in with one of the shimmers, but I think I'm gonna stick with it being a matte look. So I'm gonna go in with what is it called? Tempera. Same one I use on the brow bone. Just to light in where I did cut the crease. So just setting down that concealer. I'm just gonna pat that over wherever you applied the concealer. So you don't have like this stark line. I mean, you could leave it like that if you like that, but you want to take the brush you use to apply that darker shade and just softly blend the two together so it just looks more diffused and seamless. For right now, that's where I'm going to leave the eyes. We'll revisit later on to apply some liner and lashes. Next, I'm going to prime my skin. Hot take. I don't think primer is necessary. I think if you prep your skin with good skincare, that's sufficient for day-to-day makeup. I think primers are nice when you need a little extra something, especially like for special occasions. But anyways, I'm going in with the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched, what is it called? Vitamin Enriched Face Base. Has like a citrusy smell, which I really like. And this is a solid product because this primer is pretty much like a moisturizer. So if you're like oily, I don't think this would be like the best product for you. But I have about like normal to combo skin. I do get a fair amount of acne, like this one here. I was messing with like a whitehead and it turned into that, so that's nice. But it's nice because it moisturizes any like dry patches or acne, especially now that like winter's coming. My skin will dry out a little bit more, so I will reach for this a lot more. And I don't mind using this one because like I said, it's like using a moisturizer, so I might just actually skip moisturizer and just use this instead. For foundation, I'm going in with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. If this is your favorite foundation, please let me know how you apply it, what base products you're using. Do you use a sponge, your hands, a brush? Because for the life of me, I can never really get this foundation to look that great on my skin, if I'm being honest. I'm just trying to find a not too dirty brush because I need to wash them. Yeah, I just find maybe it's just not enough coverage for me. I really don't know what it is about this foundation, but I don't love it. I don't know why I hold on to it, probably because it's pretty expensive and I want to love it. But yeah, it's okay at best, in my opinion. If it's your favorite, I'm sorry. So just taking this brush, and I like doing like a buffing technique with foundation. Just like really getting it into the skin moving it around, buffing it in so that I'm not applying too much. Like, it does nothing to cover. Even my redness peeks through. So I don't know, would you consider this like light coverage? I probably should just declutter it because I honestly don't get any use out of it. And I don't like how it looks. It looks streaky with a brush, so I'm going to go over it with a sponge. See if I can fix it. So this is one layer with the brush. I do not like how this looks. It's patchy. It's like gathering together in certain areas. You still see my redness. You still see my acne. I guess it has like a slight dew to it, but there are a lot of foundations that do that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just using it wrong. But I'm actually going to go ahead and apply a second layer, see if I can build it up a little bit and smooth out any of those streaks with a sponge. All right, so now going in, I just had to wet my sponge. Apply a second layer. Let's see how this goes. Okay, well, it's building up now. Thank goodness. I don't like products that are too finicky. If I feel like I have to go out of my way to make it work, I just won't use it. Like, I did something. You can still see the acne, which is okay. But now it just looks kind of cakey. Now you can just see it on top of the skin. So yeah, unfortunately this foundation just doesn't work for me. If you want something comparable, when I think of like the House Labs Triclone foundation, that's what I want this to give me, but it's not. So for contour, I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand in Fair Medium. This product is very messy. One, like, look at that. I think it has like a bit of a learning curve. I would not recommend you go straight in and just start drawing. I mean, you can, but I don't find that it works that way for me. So I just put a little bit on my hand, and then I will pick up like a little bit in the brush and just work it in because I don't want too much. The reason I don't like this product, on my skin tone, it pulls pretty red. And I just don't, it looks like I got a sunburn. I don't know if you can kind of see. I prefer a product like this to have more of a neutral to even yellowish undertone. But this one, just a little too red for my skin tone. So it's the reason why I don't enjoy using this. I will use it up because it's expensive, but I don't love the color. And I don't like the suspension method. I much prefer like a stick when it comes to like contours and bronzers, if it's going to be a cream. This makeup look is slowly turning into 2016 makeup. I've been seeing it trending again, and that's how I learned to do my makeup. That's when I really fell in love with makeup, and it's actually fun to see people like getting back into makeup. Like that lights, no makeup, it's cute, but if I'm gonna put on makeup, I want you to see it. In saying that, I'm now going in with this Tarte Shape Tape. This is the embodiment of that 2016 makeup look. It really shook everything up. No one had ever seen a concealer be so full coverage. Even though I must say the Kevin Aucoin one was around, and that's full coverage. This, I think, you can make it full coverage, but it's not like a scary full coverage. Like the Kevin Aucoin one, like, I would not recommend that if you're new to makeup. Tarte Shape Tape. I still really enjoy this foundation. It's, again, one of those products I purchase when I find it on sale. I don't go out of my way to pick it up. Comparable product at the drugstore, I think the e.l.f. Camo Concealer is probably one of my newer favorite concealers. Just as good as this. Same amount of coverage, and that one comes in like a dewy formulation as well. So if you don't want to shell out like the 20 something bucks this one costs, I'd say just go with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I'm just gonna blend this out with the same sponge I used for the foundation. We're going to do a bit of light baking, really take it back with the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. This thing is huge. It will take me forever to get through this because I do not set my whole face. I just set around my eyes and maybe down the T-zone. I haven't used this powder in a minute. And I have a feeling, if I remember correctly, it sometimes like deepens foundation. No, actually no, I lied. If anything, it made it lighter. I'm only taking like a small brush and applying it a little bit under the eyes. If you want to clean up where you do your contour, just like really buff that in there. What do I think about this powder? I think it's fine. It's not like my go-to powder. It is a little heavy. I prefer the Patrick Star one or the Hourglass one. Those I find to be just as mattifying, but not heavy on the skin. I re-picked this one up not too long ago. This is the Tarte Park Avenue Princess Bronzer. I remember when I was like a teenager and really got into YouTube, every like fair skin influencer was all about this bronzer. But I was broke at the time, so never bought it. But now, as an adult with some money, I have one. It has like a weird smell. Like, I don't know what it smells like. And I don't even know if I like it or dislike it. I'm just going to add a little bit of bronzer. Not too much because we already have the contour down. I don't want things to look like muddy. But yeah, if you're fair skin and you're looking for more neutral tone bronzer, I think this is a good option. Unfortunately, I was never able to try the original formula, which I know people used to be obsessed with, but I got the reformulated one. This is Warm Soul Mineralized Blush. I think, I don't know, again, I wasn't able to try the original one, so maybe that one was like more impactful. This one's okay. Like, it's a pretty blush, I'm not gonna say it's not, but I don't get the hype that people are like so obsessed with. It was like always sold out or back ordered. Yeah, it's like a nudie peach, I'd describe it, like a little bit of a brownness to it. And the mineralized line has a bit of like a luminosity to it, nothing too shimmery, so it just looks really nice on the skin. If you're about my complexion and you've never tried this highlighter, I would highly suggest you buy it. This is the Balm's Mary Luminizer. I did depot mine because I put it in like a Z palette, but it's just like the perfect, I don't want to say light gold. It's more of like a light gold champagne that isn't too icy, isn't too deep. It just works so well. Let me show you. Like, and like I said, if you're like around my complexion, this is just such a good highlighter. And look how big this pan is. This will last you 10 lifetimes. I'm going to finish up the eyes now. So I'm going to actually go in with Love Letter and really, sorry, Love Letter is this one here. And really just blow out the lower lash line. I was thinking of doing a winged liner, but I think I'm just going to add a little bit to the upper lash line just to conceal the lashes I'm going to apply. This is now, formerly was Kat Von D, now it is KVD Beauty, the tattoo liner in Trooper Black. I haven't repurchased this one in a while. The reason I used to be obsessed with this eyeliner though is because it's a brush tip, and if I'm gonna apply eyeliner, it has to be a brush tip. It's just the easiest. It glides over. Like, I have like hooded lids, my skin moves a lot, so I need something that's just gonna glide, and a lot of times felt tips just get stuck and skip, so no thank you. So I still think this is a solid eyeliner. Just gonna shake it, activate the ink that's in there, and I just want to apply again something very thin along the upper lash line. Something else I like to do, if you're brave enough, you can also like go between the lashes and in like that waterline, just to get rid of like the pinkiness from your eye, if you don't want to use like a pencil liner. Just curled my lashes, and I'm gonna go in with this Baby Better Than Sex from Too Faced. If you've seen any of my videos, you already know my sentiments regarding any mascara, really. I don't have a lot of eyelashes, so I don't expect a lot from a mascara. This is not waterproof, so it's probably going to be too heavy since I do have straight lashes. But it does the job of tinting them, which is what I need it to do, because I'm going to go in with false lashes. Lashes, I'm going in with the House of Lashes Iconic Light. So I don't know if these would be considered cult classic lashes. Automatically, first one that comes to mind when I think of cult classic are the lashes by Lily. Is it the Mykonos? That like everybody was wearing. But they are just too much for my eye. So I remember when Desi Perkins started wearing like the iconic lashes, loved them, and then House of Lashes actually took that style and made different variations. So there's like a mini, which I also like because it's smaller, made for smaller eyes. And this is the iconic light, so it's not as full, not as voluminous, so not as heavy for my hooded, smaller eyes. I have a feeling this is going to be a lot, but these are the lip products I pulled out, so that's what I'm going with. So for lip liner, I'm going in with the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Endless Cacao. I am not much of a lip liner kind of girl. A lot of times I will just not use it. If I'm gonna purchase a lip liner, it's most likely gonna be LA Girl or NYX. I think they make good drugstore ones. I have tried Charlotte Tilbury. I've tried Makeup Forever. They're great, but it's just not an essential part in my routine, so I never spend a lot. So, just gonna blend this. First, I'm gonna line the lips, and then I'll blend it a little bit because this is pretty deep for me. I'm just gonna run my finger along that to blend it all. If you were into spending more on lip liners, Makeup Forever makes great ones. These stay on a good amount. Like even just rubbing it, it has, I don't want to say it feels like rubbery, but you can tell it has adhered to the skin. And I'm gonna go ahead and fill in the remainder of my lips with MAC Taupe. It's pretty dark. Give me a minute. I'm gonna find me another lipstick. And it's not that I don't. I actually love MAC lipsticks. It's just a little bit darker than I had anticipated. So I'm gonna actually go in with a bit of the Charlotte Tilbury Super Cindy right in like the center. And this is the final look with all of my cult classic products. I think they still perform just as good as when they were first released, when they were first like driving everyone to solely use those products. Sure, newer, more innovative formulas have been released, but there's a reason these products have stuck around so long. The only one I would say doesn't work for me, and it could just be user error, is the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I've tried to use it for a while now, and just I'm not happy with how my base looks. Right now it looks fine with everything done together. It actually looks really nice, but upon application, not a big fan of it. And maybe it's just one of those foundations that needs to warm up to the skin. But again, I don't want to put in too much work to make something work, you know? But yeah, this wasn't a video about cult classics and if they're so good. And it somehow came out, it's like that 2016 makeup. I'm not complaining. I like it for fall. Now we're not as, well, I'm not as sweaty because I'm a sweaty person. So summertime, I just like don't use that much makeup at all. But fall time is this season for makeup lovers. Get to use so many deep saturated fun colors and just really layer on the makeup without it melting off. Yeah, I will leave the products listed down below that I mentioned in this video. If there is an asterisk, it is an affiliate link. Sorry, my brain is just like, so I'd make a small commission off of it. Could really help me invest in this channel if you'd like to see me grow. But yeah, if not, you can just shop directly from the retailers if that makes you uncomfortable. Thank you again to anyone taking the time to watch my videos, support my channel. I really appreciate you, and I will see you next time. Take care.